Alrighty, guys. Hello and welcome back to the show. Today we have a cast. It is going to be a 2v2, high-level 2v2 actually. It's going down on the map Huracan or Hurricane. I don't know. I'd just say Huracan. That seems appropriate. Although I'm not really sure what the map maker was going for here. It doesn't look anything like a Lamborghini. Although, nope, not seeing it. Not seeing it at all. So not sure why this is called Huracan. Huracan probably means something else to somebody who isn't a car guy like myself. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into introducing our players. We'll call this Team 1 up at the top, Team 2 down at the bottom. Actually, more like East and West, but whatever. I digress wildly. Going first for Team 1, we have Tex. He's going Cybran, opening first land. His teammate to the north is Hachiamachama, otherwise known as Yudi, who is going Seraphim, opening first and second land in the more eco-centric position, I think. I believe Yudi is probably going to take all of those mexes to the north, and Tex is going to be picking up the pieces down here in the big open southeastern side of the map. Moving to team number 2, leading up, we have FTX Commando, former fearless leader and player counselor, I believe was his role. I'm blanking. That's embarrassing now. But either way, he's going UEF, going first land, second land, third land, fourth land, all the land for that lovely UEF player. And last but not least, we have the Wheelie, who is Cybran, going first and second land. You guys might also know the Wheelie as Farm Schlet. Call him Farms for this game because the Wheelie doesn't roll off the tongue. And Farm Schlet sounds like a curse word in another language, and Farms is kind of how a lot of people refer to him. So that is what we are going to be working with today. Good amounts of reclaim on this map, 32,000 before these guys started hoofering it up. It's all concentrated in these little boulder piles around. So if you guys are used to playing Adaptive Millennium, which, let's face it, if you're playing FAF right now and you haven't played Adaptive Millennium, then are you really playing FAF? It's very similar. I don't know where that came from, but very similar kind of rock and mass distribution. And yeah, that what would that be called? That's not a metaphor. It's not a simile. I don't know. Parallel, comparison. That's the word we're going for. Completely didn't work, and neither did any of the words that I tried to describe it with. But either way, FTX has an initial raiding party going out. A little mech marine with a snoop. Your old UEF #1 combo. Kind of the start of every good fast food meal. Going to be moving in on UD's expanding engineers. So UD is getting, I believe, both of these starting locations. And the mech marine, as long as FTX is paying attention, should clean up with 2 or 3 engineer kills. Could have potentially denied that hydro. He's going to bag that engineer, though. And 2 engineers, you can't be too mad about that one. He's going to grab a third one. Oh, yeah, baby. Going to grab a third engineer for UD. UD is probably not too happy right now. He's going to get a 4th one, too. Tries to reclaim. FTX is on the ball, though. And this is just an engineer massacre here. Call it the Great Engineer Massacre of 2021. Getting brought to you by a caster in Texas. So kind of like the Great Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was, what, 7? 6. 6 engineers dead. That mech marine is fully vetted. Might be able to just take on that Tham one-on-one now with some good micro. Oh, that's disgusting to see. Incidentally, there's probably the funniest video in the world that I've ever seen on Supreme Commander, and that includes my videos, and I'm a narcissistic asshole, so if it's funnier than my videos, you know it's freaking hilarious. I'll link it down in the description. It's from Patrick. He posted it on his YouTube channel, but it's about Yudi. It's pretty short. I think it's like a 1.5 minutes long. Some of you will already know what I'm talking about, but go check that out if you haven't already. As of now, though, everything pretty quiet. Still got a mech marine back here, but UD has just moved his comm out, and a mech marine is going to meet a brutal end here, right? Maybe? Nope, just passing. Just passing. Oh, what if you were that mech marine? In that mech marine shoes, you're just like running past this this commander the size of it's like an Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower, or at least a very large building. Just like, hello, don't hurt me. A couple more engineers dying here in the middle. This time from Tex. FTX positioning himself very well. Yudi taking note of that. FTX awakening himself. But bagging a couple of different engineers. Yudi with that lovely attack move. Order off of his engineers. FTX is secured. Well, I use secured lightly, but as a loose frame of reference. But he has definitely made himself. Well, I can't speak. Although that's every cast for me. I can't speak in any cast. Even though I have a BA and BS, I can't speak to save my life. FTX going for a T2 upgrade. He has a relatively loose hold on a lot of this northern area. Can expand into this relatively safely. Yudi only just now getting the rest of his expansion mexes online, moving with his commander. So that is going to be a good position for FTX to kick off this match in the first 6 minutes or so. Farms, meanwhile, on the southern side, has not had any of the same woes that Yudi has been subjected to. And I'm going to stay zoomed out. I'm going to try and stay zoomed out for a good portion of this cast, just because these guys' actions per minute are so high that I don't want you guys to be missing any of the little engagements. See, like right down here, I didn't even see this little engagement as Farms is engaging Tex here, he's engaging Tex here. We've got Tex engaging in the middle, or was engaging in the middle. Little run by there from Yudi, makes it into the back line, picks up an engineer here for FTX that's expanding back to this starting location, but that's okay. So FTX has got, it's hard to call these guys play by play because there's so many different plays that are being made at any given point in time. But as it stands right now, definitely got to give the advantage, I think, to team number 2. And that hero lab, there's no other way to put it. I think that lab is going to be the thumbnail. And the 3 engineers we were talking about earlier, Yudi's going to get some revenge here. These Thams, 5 kills on them. I believe all 5 were engineers. So getting some revenge for earlier on in the game. FTX still working on that T2 upgrade. Farms sharing units as well. And looking from an eco perspective, it's 14k to 18k in favor of team number 2. I actually didn't realize that the Farms and FTX are in a clan, actually, as well as Yudi. So Tex the odd man out. Otherwise, this would be a true clan civil war here. I guess we can make Tex an honorary member of, I think this is J Pi P. I think that's Pi. I don't know, I can get really close to my monitor here. Yep, that's Pi. I'm trying to think of what that could mean. J 3.14159 P. I don't get it. It's probably some very advanced engineering joke that my vanilla engineering skills can only begin to grasp. But gun speed and range going up for FTX, as Farms is struggling a little bit here. I think with expanding all the way to the north, has grabbed a good chunk of this southern section. There's a very large group of T1 units though from Tex, as Yudi tries for another little run by here up at the top and another one simultaneously at the bottom. So a nice strategic or tactical thinking there. Draw all of FTX's units north while you go south. Some people call that the Kansas City Shuffle. Let's look at where Tech is though right now. So on comms, okay, so we got T2 up for FTX. We got T2 up for Farms as well, getting their initial T2 power generators up. And where do we sit with team number one? Number one, T2 up for Tex, and T2 up for Yudi as well. So Yudi getting straight to work with some Ilshis. Already got his T2 power generator up. That was pretty quick. As FTX is now pushing with a newly acquired gun upgrade against Yudi's vanilla commander. FTX could really do some serious damage here if he gets this reinforcement little block up here. But looks like he's going to play it a little safer and back up with his comm, drop a radar down, see what's going on up here. Yudi playing pretty far forward with his commander. Doesn't have a whole lot. He does have an Ilshiva in this mix, but doesn't have a whole lot as far as units go to back him up. FTX actually going for a triad here. Cancels that, decides it's better to get his comm up there and shooting. Which is definitely, I think, the right move, considering Ilshivas are on the field. And FTX's units evaporating to overcharges and the Ilshiva. 22 kills on Yudi's commander. I think that was the only big engagement it was in. Got a lot of good overcharging work off during that, and that's going to force FTX to rethink his comms positioning, moving back a little bit. Not going to be able to set up that kind of triad blockade here on the northern side of the map. Overall mass accrued, Team 1 still leading. Team 2 narrowing it a little bit though. They were 4K up last time. 2.5 to 3K up this time. Trending in the right direction here. This Tex makes a large push in the southern side of the map. Gonna mop up a lot of farms T1 units there. Farms, of course, though, with his main battle unit further to the north, going for a stealth upgrade on his commander, which is potentially the most infuriating thing to deal with in the world, especially if you're a noob like myself. The commander with gun and stealth. And these Ilshivas, Yudi spreading them out into multiple battle groups, taking down the defending units up to the north, and that's going to threaten a lot of FTX's positioning up here. So there's a second little clump in the middle. Take out some other T1 units there for FTX. I'm not sure if FTX has shifted to full T2 land production. I'm still only seeing T1 land out from him. He's definitely got the tech. And he is, okay, starting to work on some pillars now. Probably do with, okay, there they are. I was going to say a couple of T2 supporting factories that also complement his ensemble quite nicely. A lovely, heavily distorted guitar. I'm on point with the weird metaphors today. I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's check in on tech levels once again. Getting up to 12 minutes into the game. We're at T3 now for Tex, who's got Loyalists on the field. If you don't know what Loyalists are, you might know them by their alternate name, Bernies. And farms matching, but going instead for bricks. I'm going to take those bricks and build a wall here on the southern side of the map. Make some nice little overcharge action there with his commander. As Rhinos clash with the Loyalists in the middle. Rhino's a good battle tank. And it doesn't look like Tex really made much of a commitment for T2. Went primarily for T1 and then rushed T3. I'm not seeing really any T2 units on the field for him. So the first pillars get into action there for FTX. FTX plays Cybran. He's playing UEF. Maybe he normally plays Cybran? as Yudi has now made the jump to T3 land. Is as of yet undecided. Nice little drop here from Yudi as well into the northern kind of, what'd you call this, valley? Yeah, let's go with valley. Words escape me. Farm's going in with his commander. Commander in T2, T1 mixture. Going in against the point defense there for Tex. Commander's going to make short work of those. Some overcharges. And after that, you've got a couple of Bernies back in the background. As Yudi goes for a gun upgrade on his commander. And FTX under a lot of pressure here from a lot of Ilshivas, lots of Ilshivas, only has 3 pillars in the vicinity to protect himself with, and they're not really helping him out. These commanders tripping over them. It's like worse than stepping on a Lego. As this commander drops below 5k HP. This might be it for FTX here. Relief comes in from the east, picks up a nice rank of veterancy. 1500. And it looks like the Ilshivas have now shifted their attention to something else. He might be out of the water here, out of the woods. And Ilshivas, remaining Ilshivas will get overcharged down, I think. TX is in a good spot. Narrowly escapes death in that engagement. On this side, Farms is looking to completely evict Tex from his little expansions here in the mountains. Maybe you guys may not know this, but the people of Vor are very mountainous people. They like their mountains, they like their valleys. Or guerrilla warfare with the point defenses, but Farms, having been raised on a wheat farm himself, is not beneath. This is also falling apart. Okay. Actually, I could have finished that, I think. Farms is used to deploying large amounts of units in mass instead of the guerrilla tactics being used by the people of Vor. There we go. We finished it up. We closed it out. Thank you very much. Pillars slaughtering innocent civilians in the middle. As Yudi puts them in harm's way, just trying to feed their families. Yudi is obviously a very cruel overlord to throw innocent civilians into harm's way like that. Nano repair coming in on his commander. Has FTX made the jump to... Alright, so FTX has made the jump to T3. Got Percy's on the way. Loyalists clash with bricks in the middle. I don't care how loyal you are. Bricks are probably a little tougher than your loyalty. And from Yudi's side, starting to get some T3 production here. We've got a couple of Othams on their way to the front line. One to the north, one to the south. Yudi's commander, though, playing it fast and loose up in the front. And this has become, I believe, a containment game now for FTX. Doesn't want to give Yudi any more space. Even though he is at, I believe, slight mass disadvantage here. I'm not sure if that cannot be correct. 61 to 260, that cannot be right. There's no way that's correct. Is it? I mean, I'm only seeing T2 mexes there for FTX, so that might be true. If it is, FTX, you better buckle in, buddy. You're going to be in for a pretty rough ride here as the comms clash once again. Yudi with a newly minted gun, nano, as well as T2 upgrades. to work here in the middle. So Othams end up rolling in as well. That versus FTX's plucky band of T1 and T2 will probably be struggling. One thing I don't like about the Otham is the model. There's a lot of pop on that load. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Otherwise, it looks like a really, really cool unit. But that graphics optimization, snipers covering as well in the background. More snipers on the way. Lots of snipers on the way. How many snipers is that going to be for Yudi? I think he's going full sniper spam.
Commander under attack. 6
snipers towards the front. And I think FTX has recognized this is a battle of containment now. Getting some triads set up on the front lines. Going to bag one of those sniper bots. Needs to be careful with these Percies though. Against the snipers. Gonna lose one potentially to sniper bots. Nope. Still gonna stay alive. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, he's dead, Jim. These snipers are going to cause a lot of problems, I think, for FTX. As they do for most factions. As Tex is not going quietly into this good night. He's pushed out with a large contingent of T1 and T3 units. Farms saying thank you for the mass. I will farm that mass up and add it to my mass farm. And also, I'm not sure where these units came from, but they've shown up at the north. Nice contingent of bricks, as well as a couple of loyalists there, helping out against the UD. FTX could certainly use any assistance that he can get. And Team 1 just perpetually 2k up as far as eco. These guys matching each other step for step, blow for blow. And FTX now going for shield generators as the number of sniper bots increases for UD. And by increases, I mean by very slightly. It's up to 7 now. Nope, there we go. We're up to 9. 9 little bobbly swaggers out there in the world, causing problems for the commando himself. Alright. Bricks gifted over from farms to FTX. Going to be pushing back against this contingent of mobile shields, siege tanks, sniper bots. You could call that the UD special. If a mech marine and a snoop was a number 1 classic single burger, fries, and a drink, this is your 4-buy from In-N-Out Burger. For anybody who knows what that is, I think it's like 6 patties and 6 slices of cheese. It's essentially a heart attack on a plate. That's the best way to describe it. Farms and techs kind of quieted down a little bit. They decided to go to their separate corners. The people of Vor taking back some of their mountain terrain, whereas farms has figured out how to do hydroponics farms in the mountains with much less space required. I'm going to be farming up that mass using that. See how many ways I can work farms into this video. I think we're up to 6 different ways to work that pun, so we'll go ahead and continue on with the pun journey. That's what you guys are really here for. Who really cares about the game. Okay, the sniper bot's pushing forward a little bit. I think FTX got a little bit bold there. Either that or he was trying to shield some potential engineers here. Trebuchet is actually being dropped from farms here, and they're going to be launching some of their lovely projectiles at UD's base. UD with a lot of T3 mobile shields, though, should be able to weather that storm quite a bit. Unlike Farms, where his grain is all exposed. He's got some corn down here as well, but out here in the fields, storm could come. Let me tell you, in Texas, there are winter storms. And incidentally, his opponent is named Tex. So there's that as well. So Farms could be in for a winter storm here, much like the ones that Texas encountered. Apparently, we're supposed to get like the same kind of winter storm. And Jesus, there's a lot of snipers here now. All of a sudden, there's 20 snipers here. That is just decimating FTX's shields here. FTX trying to get some clink hammers online. Moving some parashields in. FTX dropping really quickly. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. So, whenever you put 28 Bob Lee Swaggers in the field, and get them all, high-powered rifles, some 30-06s, some Barrett 50 cals, something in there. Maybe a 308 here or there. They can do some damage. They can do some damage. And they can do it while moving, too. So, that was most of the defenses there. Full share is, of course, on, this being a 2v2 match. So, Farms does inherit all of FTX's assets and his liabilities. So, proper corporate acquisition here. And Farms actually up to T3 air with a strat. I missed that earlier from the... Doesn't look like it's done any damage, though, that I can see. So, wait, where did the strat go? I lost it. This is whenever it's going to go on some sort of rampage and kill all of Texas bases and his commanders and everything like that. But either way, another battle here taking place in the fields where Farms is comfortable and the people of Vor are starting to learn a little bit better. Got several bricks here in the middle, and Farms I don't think has enough gas to be able to completely evict Tex from that position. Stay a little zoomed out here as UD ends up pushing in through the north. Percival's getting picked off. It's actually Titan's getting picked off there. Potentially not the best rally point. What is the difference in the icons for the... Oh, okay, it's an X versus a plus symbol. Threw me off a little bit. You can also see by how fast they move. And UD going, or Farms going full T3 air here. Also getting a lot more T1 land production in the works. T2 land production as well, using UEF technology, but it's all a little bit, I think, too little too late here. Queues up a Megalith. I feel like that's a little optimistic, friend. Well, UD's actually gonna take his foot off the gas a little bit. Pull his swagger back. I don't think there is T3 air for team number 1. Let's see. UD's been ecoing a lot. He does have an Athoda on the way. Multiple T3 land factories, but not seeing a T3 air factory. We are up to T3 air for Tex. First ASF, second ASF coming off the line just now. As UD, who seems to be running into some power issues, makes another push here with his sniper bot siege tank. Cheese, fries, and a large Coke combo. And that is just a little too... Whoa, that's a lot of units. Percivals and bricks. Tigers and bears, oh my. Pushing in. Could be enough to make UD think twice about this. I'm going to pull back with his snipers once again. But Farms has really had to kind of sacrifice control of this basin. The people of Vor learning how to fight on the open plains. And Yudi now just holding Farms' army at arm's length here. Farms really struggling to farm up a strategy against these snipers. There's so many of them. Just picking off little stragglers as they go by. It's a poor spot to park your bombers as well. They'll get aced by a banger. I'm sure that that's a sexual term somewhere. Aced by a banger. You guys might actually find this hard to believe, but I don't write a whole lot of like the awkward things that I end up saying. I don't try to do this. This is just the way I am. Just a weird guy. More Tech 3 land factories. More. How's that Megalith going? All right. 60%-ish of the way done. As the Bob Lee Swaggers are getting into position. And might have got in a little close. I'm not sure. There's not a whole lot here in the tank left for Farms. He needs that Megalith online. It's got 80%. It's going up pretty quickly. So it needs to throw essentially all of his units into the fray. Try and be as much of a distraction as possible. Because sniper bots are actually either taking out the Megalith or the units that are building it, which isn't great. Meanwhile, you can see here on the bottom, Tex is also causing issues with some bricks. I think that Megalith will go up. Especially with Yudi now withdrawing. I'm sure that he takes a lot of casualties along the way from Farms. And all of the core mass for FTX is now Dunzo City. And that mass differential is skyrocketing now. So Team 1 is up 122k versus 74k there for Farms. Does have the Megalith up though, so that is something. We'll be marching that out, taking out some Othams. Just needs to make sure that he's reclaiming that. Tex now taking control of the skies as well. FTX goes surrender now. Yudi says, okay. Oh, hello. That is a calm migration if I've ever seen one. Okay, they can definitely see it. Question is, do they pay attention? I don't know if did Farms get. Okay, I haven't seen him getting laser or anything like that. He's skirting the edge of the map. Palm is on radar now, as there's an Omni somewhere there. Meanwhile, Farms' base is well, still exists, but is getting hurt. I think this is what we're going for, though. So Farms is moving in, and where's he going? All right, he's going after Tex. Drops the comm. All right, no gun upgrade, or no laser. There's a couple of bricks in the area. There's yep. It was a good effort. Good effort, Farms. I didn't know shields work like that. Where if you're an enemy, you can't even shoot out. I didn't know that worked like that. Either way, good game, well played. 33 minutes into the game. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I learned a couple things, especially that little shield interaction right there. As always, I've dropped Easter eggs throughout this. One of them should be extremely easy. And then I think I put 2 others, and the 2 others that I put were a little bit more difficult. Believe all of them are movie references. One of them could be a TV show reference, depending on what shows you watch. But anyway, leave your guesses down in the comments below. I've had to make them harder, guys. You've gotten every single one. And in my last cast, I think was the first time you didn't get one. And it was the Linus Tech Tips video. You guys didn't get one of the Easter eggs I'd put in there. It was very obscure. But either way, I don't think you guys got it. So at least I didn't see it in the comments. Had to make them harder. I'm sorry. You guys are too good. Either way, more to come from me in the future, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.